My beautiful girls and wise men listening, today is story time with J. Marie, and I'm going to tell y'all this tricky story on how I met my bestie. Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? I'm your girl, J. Marie, and you are watching and listening to Girl Talk with J. Marie. And yes, y'all, it's Girl Talk, but a wise man is listening. And today it is story time with J. Marie. I want to say thank you so much to my new subscribers, to all those who tuned in to last week's episode. Y'all are the bomb. Please make sure that you subscribe, like, share, comment. Oh my gosh, it has been so great listening and hearing from you all. Ooh, I'm excited. So today, we do story time with J. Marie. For this time, I have a new way of doing it. And those of you who are listening on the radios or the ones who are listening on the podcast streaming services, I have a special Kissy Bowl. Mwah. And the Kissy Bowl has topics for story time. I think this makes it more interesting. I want y'all to know that I really have no idea what I'm going to talk about today. When I do story time, it's all improv, but it's also all real. And these are stories that I might share. So I got some story prompts that we're going to go over today. Let's see what today's topic is. All right, I'm not looking, and I'm about to pull it out. Tell the story of meeting your best friend. Whew. I'm gonna take it all the way back because the story that I remember best about meeting my best friend, as you all see, I just pulled that out of the bowl. I remember being in the fifth grade, and this was one of my best friends. We actually are no longer best friends, unfortunately, because that was genuinely like a best friend that I had forever. But I was in fifth grade, and if she told this story, she would tell it the same way. We had class together, and she did not like me when she first met me. She thought that I was loud. And she was right. I was really loud. We were at Simonton Elementary in Kansas City, and I was new there. I had just left my school that I was at in Grandview, Missouri, which I had just won the school president at that school, and it was so amazing because I beat like the sixth graders. I had this whole little fake campaign, and then I ended up winning, and I had to move right after that. So I was devastated. And so I go to this school, and they didn't even have a cafeteria at this school. We had to eat lunch in our classrooms. That's a whole nother story for another day. But I remember seeing her. She had like glasses at the time, and she was just like kind of tall and lanky, kind of like me. We kind of were shaped the same, super skinny, tall, super tall, and like she looked like some like I ain't gonna use the word nerdy, but it's just like she was not like one of those like cool kids at the time. So it was just like, I didn't think nothing of her. Apparently she was looking at me and thinking something of me that she didn't like me because I was too loud. And I was. I've always been a loud person since I was a child. But we ended up working together or something of that nature. And from there, we started talking and we found out we lived by each other. Like our houses were right around the corner from each other. So turns out that the person she didn't like was somebody that she was going to see a whole lot of. And then we ended up getting cool. And I think she noticed that, like, oh, this is just her personality. So this is just how she is. And that made her in turn start liking me, and I started making other friends there. But she was really, really like nice to me. She was smart, and she liked playing outside. And when you in the fifth grade, especially when you were in a neighborhood where you could play outside, playing outside is a big deal. And like we were able to play outside all the time. We had like a creek by our house. We had our school. We had like this field where we used to play football. And once we got cooler and cooler, we used to ride bikes. We would play bikes, cops and robbers. We would like be riding on the bike, and we would have either our brother or our friend on the seat of the bike while we're like standing up, pumping on the bike, and having them like this sounds really bad and dangerous when I say it out loud now as an adult, but we would like kick each other's bikes, like just arresting each other. You know what? The more I say this out loud, the more y'all gonna think that we was crazy. We did so much fun stuff. So imagine if she stayed mad at me because I was loud. She never would have got to experience some of these things. We had like a little fake clubhouse, which was really like a shed in our backyard. And we called it our clubhouse. And we would go back there and we would like smoke sticks. We would smoke sticks in the backyard. We actually had a ramp that we played on right in front of our house, and we were playing on this ramp one day, and she flew off the ramp and fell and scratched her knee up, and I was just kind of like trying to encourage her not to cry in front of everybody. Not to cry in front of all the boys. Oh my God. So anyways, there's all that. That was actually the way I met my very first best friend as a kid. And I guess my adult best friend, the first way that I met them was in the womb. My mama is my very best friend as an adult. So it would have to be 21 plus years ago. As y'all know, I'm hashtag forever 21. That was the day that whatever day her and my daddy got tipsy and conceived me, that's the day that I met my adult best friend. Now, in person, she met me in person on July 22nd, 19, blah, blah, blah. And that is when I met her in person. And I mean, I'm just assuming that that day was glorious for her as it was for me. But I totally grew up, and my adult best friend was my mother. You know, thankfully, I figured out how to honor and cherish that relationship with my mom. She's literally my very, very, very dearest best friend besides Jesus. Knows every single thing about me. Never, ever, 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 ever has made me feel bad about being who I am. If anything, like the Lord does, chases me with love, corrects me with love, teaches me with love and grace, and allows me to tell these crazy stories that I share with y'all. So that's my best friend as an adult. I have some other ones, but this one is more so the most important story that y'all should know. So I just want to say this. I mean, the moral of this story is, number one, best friends come at all different times of our lives. I met one of my greatest best friends when I was a kid. I mean, maybe one or two throughout my first to fifth grade years. And then in fifth grade, that best friend became my best friend for over 25 years. And then we no longer were best friends. That was on her behalf. And so you just never know when a friendship might begin, and you never know when one might end. But at the end of the day, you always have the ones that you have who stuck by your side, who loved you through thick and thin, who grew with you, who glue with you. Glue is not a word, but I mean like glowed with you. Okay, I really shouldn't have said that on national, whoever sees this. But the people who grew with you, and the ones who glowed with you, and the ones who decide to just love you through it all, and love your best friends, cherish your best friends, respect and honor your best friends, and let them know that you appreciate them. Show them that you appreciate them. Don't just say it, but do it. So that's my story for y'all when it comes to meeting best friends. I would love for you to share your story. How'd you meet your best friend? Who is your best friend? How long have you been best friends with your best friend? And next time for Story Time with J. Marie, we'll use this bowl again. I kind of like doing it like this. I like that I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So that means I can't even lie. Not that I would lie to y'all, but just if I ever needed to tell a lie, yeah. Never mind. You guys will get mad. I never ever lie to you. I promise. I promise I never lie. And I appreciate you. And remember, you hear this. You're still alive. You have the opportunity to write your own happy ending. Don't give up. Keep writing. You got this. Peace. Best friend. I feel like I should be singing the best friend song.